If you would like to know how to embellish the cover and the pages of the scrapbook album that we did last week, then stay tuned and I will exactly show you how to do that. Hi, this is Max, and today we will continue with the work that we started last week. We will embellish the scrapbook album from last week with self-made flowers and various die cuts. I will upload a separate tutorial on how to do the paper flowers so that we can stay totally focused on the album. We are starting on the left-hand side by adding a self-adhering, ready-to-go rhinestone chain. Although they were very inexpensive, they immediately make a huge difference to your project. If they do not completely fill the full size, it's possible to cut some single stones out of the chain and place them where some are missing. After this, I'm arranging all pieces that are supposed to be a part of the cover before adhering them. I'm shifting them around until I'm fine with the look. However, this is only preliminary and most of the times the final look is often completely different. The ideas come with the flow, but have a look for yourself. Once I have a first arrangement, I usually take a picture so that I can recall everything while I'm adhering all the pieces again. And this is because we now have to remove everything and adhere it piece by piece to the cover. To embellish my covers, I'm using a special adhesive called Lijm Kit by a Dutch company called OLBA. Kit means something like a joint dimension or compound that we know from windows to adhere the glass to the frame. But this stuff is behaving somehow exactly like this. It is very thick and dimensional so that it fills all the gaps and builds a three-dimensional basis for the flowers here. It takes a while to dry completely, but when it is dry, it's like a layer of rubber underneath the paper flowers and holds everything together really tight. I personally think that it's a huge advantage that it stays liquid for quite a while, as you will see later on. But nevertheless, it sticks the pieces together right from the beginning. And here you see me adhering all the little flowers as planned before. On all the flat pieces I'm still using the usual liquid glue. The mirror veneer leaf here was in my stash for quite a while, and now I'm very happy that I found a place where it really fits best. But it's somehow resisting to get glued down, and so I have to force it with a pair of pliers. And here I fill the empty space in the flower with a heart-shaped bead. I'm filling the gaps between the paper flowers with some made out of cloth. Remember that the glue that we are using is very thick and we only need a little bit more to simply stick the flowers into the glue bases underneath the paper flowers. And now you can see why I see it as an advantage that the glue takes a little bit longer to dry. The spot at the upper leaf looks kind of empty to me, and so I want to cover it with some more flowers. However, the stems of the flowers have to go under the owl, which I have to lift up again. And here you see, that's very easy with this glue. I lift the owl and add some more glue so that the owl will not waggle on the stems. And then I simply stick the stems behind the owl into the glue. And another final touch to the flowers before we let it dry for a while. So, some time has passed now, and I have to admit that I got bored and was playing around with these heart-shaped beads that are already glued to the leaf without showing you. Sorry for that. But you did not miss anything else. The upper right-hand corner is still too empty in my eyes, and so I'm adding another element to it. Before filling the middle of the page with a cloth rosette, I'm first removing the cover paper of the mirror veneer, as I otherwise cannot reach it anymore. And now the rosette, for which I already did a tutorial, and if you like, the info card will lead you to the video. And before we get to the closure, we first have a look on the rest and the inside of the album. So we start with the spine. Here I only prepared some die cuts with Wink of Stellar Clear Glitter pen or with glossy accents, as you can see on the clock. On the inside cover we find some tags in the colors of the rest of the album that provide a lot of room for journaling and/or photos. The following pages only have 1 or 2 die cut pieces at max, so that the pages do not get too busy. The photo mats in the pockets will not be embellished at all, as they otherwise will get too thick if the pictures come in on top. The little brown paper pieces shall show the receiver of this album, where he can tuck pictures behind the die cuts. But I guess I should shut up now and leave you with the pages. And the last page again has some tags for journaling, as the first page did. So, and if we have a look at the album from above, we will see that the gap that the beads in the binding are providing are already filled, and we can expect the album to grow even more when the pictures come in. And so we should give it a closure at the side. Usually you would do the closure before you finalize the cover, but this here will be a very easy closure that can be done at the end. So after we measured the middle, punched a hole in and covered it with an eyelet, we are threading a ribbon through it. Preferably this is the same as we used for the binding. Secure it with a knot and cut the short end in a triangle shape. And then do the same on the back cover. And finally you can close the album with a bow and cut off the excess ribbon. By this, the album can grow and will still be held together. Well, and that's the end for this week. If you liked watching, I would be pleased to get a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here at Color Your Life, I would love to have you subscribe. You will see new videos coming up every week that may give you new ideas. And if you like, you may try the first part of this album tutorial, which is listed here or popping up in the info card now. I also would love to know how you do your embellishments for your album covers. So just leave me a comment for that. Many thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time again. Bye bye!